your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
Welcome to the year of the Fire Rooster, Scorpio. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. One of my friends told me a Fire Rooster Year joke. How come the rooster wanted to get a tattoo? He wanted to impress some chicks, that's why. January 28th, 2017 is the day of the beginning of this Fire Rooster Year, at least in the popular media. And we're going to get into that distinction between that and the animal year a little bit later on in this video. The Fire Rooster Year will last through to February 15th of 2018. Now for Scorpio, the lucky charms are the auspicious gemstone of citrine. The colors that are lucky for you this year for you Scorpio are red, yellow, and orange. The numbers that are fortunate are 5, 6, and 8. Now for the Fire Rooster lucky charms, the auspicious gemstone for the Fire Rooster Year are ruby, diamond, and topaz. The colors you will find to be very fortunate are gold, yellow, and peach. The lucky numbers for Fire Rooster Year are 5, 7, and 8. The Scorpio personality during a Fire Rooster Year brings out qualities of being really the life of the party, in that your social talents are going to increase, and you're going to be great at organizing any kind of party or event. So people are going to flock to you in great hordes. And they're going to come to your gatherings during this astrological progression due to an increase in social talents exposed when Rooster Year comes along. Try not to be too picky when it comes to choosing how to organize parties or get-togethers. Also, choose friends, movies, or music that makes you so happy it tickles your funny bone. You need to get away. So you need to get the kind of vacations and fun outings that this year are going to give you the rest and relaxation schedule you need, and you need that to keep you up to speed, making sure to pencil in days that you can travel. It's really important for you during this time. You're not one to rush into anything, Scorpio, but during this cosmological occurrence, you will decide to go for just a bit more than usual when it comes to excitement and really fun experiences. The year of the Fire Rooster is said in popular media to begin on January 28th, 2017. and end on February 15th of 2018. This is actually the Chinese New Year Day, and we said we'd get to this, with the first day of the animal year being February 3rd of 2017, and that's the distinction between the animal year and the Chinese New Year. So you can expect to be getting up with the chickens to go about your daily routines. That is, unless those chickens have been confused by street lights, crowing and singing and clucking, wildly and very loudly at all ungodly hours of the day and night. The year of the rooster repeats every 12 years, and the year of the fire rooster repeats every 60 years. The fire rooster year, this time around, this Yin Fire Rooster year, is formed from the attributes of being the fourth heavenly stem of Yin fire, gotten from 10 celestial elements, and these elemental qualities, and the 10th earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial animal personalities. The personality is what I like to call the ego matrix. It's important to note here that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. In Western astrology there are 4 elements, but there's 5 in Chinese astrology. But you can still find out a lot about a person by using both of these systems, and it gives you a very unique and thorough view of the person, and helps quite a bit with their health aspects and their social aspects, and how they can be assisted to do better in life and feel better in general, both mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Now, the 10 qualities are comprised of the characters of yin and yang, and these are divisions within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the fire rooster being a Yin Fire Rooster year. Therefore, there are 10 aspects gotten from yin and yang characteristics of the Chinese elements. Now, Scorpio is fixed water, and the yin qualities of the year of the Yin Fire Rooster will add yin to your already watery, sensitive nature, which will be creatively harmonized, and also through the fire aspect of this rooster happening, you're going to find that there will be a balance from that yin, but there could, because the year of the fire roosters also has yin qualities as well as the flamboyance of fire, the yin of the rooster's self-consciousness might make this a little too watery for you, or a little too on the cold, watery, moist side. So you might want to make sure that you're getting enough yang attributes in your diet and in your daily routines. There's things like, there are things you can do to add yang. For example, hot peppers. I mean, you might want to check with your acupuncturist or physician or naturopathic or allopathic physician, but there are ways to balance these out further. And this will be important during this year. You're going to be very popular during the rooster progression and year, and you'll want to spend more time alone, because everyone is going to be vying for your attention and trying to get your energy for themselves. Now, even when you attempt to hide out of sight, people still find you and often become overly demanding of your efforts, with increasing dependency upon you. So pay attention to that and don't let people drain you. Remember to strengthen your own life force so that you're able to help them when they really need it. The yin quality could cause you to become a little too nurturing. So while the cock crows and the hens come home to roost, make sure to keep some emotional distance. Scorpio, the Scorpion year of the rooster lesson. Avoid allowing others to become too demanding by teaching them how they can actually help themselves. People are going to need to learn how to do for themselves, so they're going to need some how-to instruction. Scorpio, the Scorpion year of the rooster blessing. Expect people to follow your rules and act the way you've instructed them. Because keep in mind that people always copy actions rather than words. People aren't going to do what you say. You know the cliche, but it's true. They're going to do what you do, not what you say, no matter what. No matter what you try to force them, they're going to copy what your actions are. And the words that come out of their mouth might seem like they're copying that too, but what's more important is that they're copying your actions. So the Fire Rooster Year attributes that you're going to find prominent in yourself and other people are going to be the attributes of shyness. Also, having a very strong will, being more organized, better with the daily routines. Also, it will bring out leadership qualities and authoritarianism. People might seem controlling, but everybody will be feeling the same way, so everybody will manage that. So there'll be a lot of leaders and not enough followers, but so it's okay to follow once in a while. It's okay to admit that you learned from someone else during the Fire Rooster Year, because the Yin Fire Rooster Year, that will allow some softness so that people will be able to have some exchange, and then you can have more followers if you allow some softness to the overwhelming domination that's going to come through this year during this Rooster Year. The Fire Rooster Year. Now, the Fire Rooster advice. People love your flashy and witty personality, but don't attempt to overcome shyness by becoming overly pretentious. So if you're feeling shy, don't try to be so flashy that people, that it has nothing to do with how people react in reality. What it has to do with is how if you're swinging the pendulum, Geburik and Hasidic, and you're swinging between severity and mercy, and you got that pendulum swinging between I'm really shy, introversion, and then I'm really flashy, extroversion, and you're going too extreme, then that's fine if because other people are just entertained by it. But if it's making you uncomfortable and making you physically, not at your best mentally or emotionally or physically or spiritually, if it's making you not in harmony within yourself and it throws you off your center, then you're going to want to find your center and have that be planned, that kind of behavior, and have it be something that you've pre-planned and are comfortable with performing. Have it be a performance rather than just going kind of, without any thought to it, and having it be something that might get you into some kind of unhealthy situation. Fire Rooster influence. You're going to find people will be stylish, and they're going to be well dressed, and they're going to be clean, crisp, fashionable, elegant. It's going to be very easy to accumulate wealth and abundance, and that's because people are going to be more blunt and to the point. They're also going to be very outspoken, but they're going to be easily embarrassed. So you want to provide for your dignity and the dignity of others. Again, the flashiness will be because people are embarrassed, and people are trying to sort of not be embarrassed. And if you think that's been the case in the past, it will only repeat and be more so. But there'll be, again, a lot of good things about this time, this progression. All right, now, the yin qualities of the Yin Fire Rooster Year are going to bring feminine qualities out. It's going to bring the night, cold, earth, moist, winter aspects, the inner instead of the outer, restfulness, contracting instead of expansion. It's going to bring formation, the ability to form and construct and make structure out of your life. And it's going to also be about the tender underbelly, the ventral side of all creatures and all things. It's going to be about the tender underbelly, that part that's very vulnerable, and you and everybody else. That's why protect, and make sure you've got yourself protected, and then do what you've got to do, and you'll do well. Now, fire attributes are happiness, heat, bitterness. The organs are the heart, the small intestines, the blood vessels, and the tongue. General fixed rooster associations are going to be the season of autumn. And the direction will be west. Instincts are what will be very important. Metal, the element. And Rooster Year also has a yin quality to it. Not just the yin fire aspect as opposed to yang fire, but Rooster itself has, although it has some flashy, fiery aspects, it has a very yin quality that you can associate with the sort of a perfectionism and self-consciousness, because it is associated with the Western sign of Virgo, the Virgin. Now, there are 5 elements, as we stated in Chinese astrology, and again, those are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Now, don't worry about what is the strongest. I want to be the strongest. I want something that's the strongest. I want the best, the strongest. Everything has a strength, and weakness is sometimes actually dominant. Flexibility is sometimes more important than having a structure. You know, the flexibility of the plant world is a higher form of life than rocks, at least in this dimension. There are, and if it's strong in this dimension, it might be weak in another dimension. So, but again, weakness has its positive attributes. So you do what makes you happy, what makes you comfortable. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Reputation is important, but reputation comes from you not feeling fear and you not feeling guilt. That's the key to Hermeticism and any form of Hermetics that you study. That's the common thread. Now, fire controls metal. Metal controls wood. Wood controls earth. Earth controls water. And water controls fire. This is the circle of life. As we come full circle, we attempt to balance the 5 elements. Now, with fire, we have the emotion that will be experienced of joy. Heat is the climate. Bitterness is the taste, and the organ in the head is the tongue. For the element of earth, worry is the emotion. Dampness is the climate. Sweetness is the taste, and the mouth is the organ of the head. For metal, the element of metal, we have grief, that horrible sadness, like the 3 of Swords and the tarot deck, the traditional tarot deck, 3 of Swords. That's grief. That's metal. That's why it's swords. See, there's always a common thread. Dryness is the climate. Pungent is the taste, and the nose is the organ in the head. Water element, we have the emotion of fear. We have that anxiety. And we have the climate of coldness. Very cold, icy. The taste of saltiness, and ears are the organ of the head. For the element of wood, we have anger as being the emotion, wind as being the climate, condition, sour, the taste, and the eyes are the organ in the head. Now, these elements are in every person to some degree, and people, when they're worrying, they're having a lot of earth qualities come out, either from the environment or from something they've eaten, or from people they're around, or from the influence of the astrocartography of where they live, or from perhaps the time frame itself, like the year of this or that. So if somebody seems to change, it's because they are simply responding to their environment. So if they, where we become What Kabbalah tells us to do, in Western Kabbalah, it tells us to rise above that by knowing about it and not reacting, but using that to the advantage of gaining in the physical world so you can share with others. So it's knowing about this so that you can use it for the benefit of yourself and everyone, making society function better. We're here to function. Sometimes you think you're the best, sometimes you think you're the worst, but actually usually you're somewhere in between, and all we really need you to do is function. All right, now, to calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us again next time.